Well, I'm glad I'm managing to pronounce your guys' names correctly. Watch now how the next person's name I mispronounce horribly. Ah, there we go. There's another bioreactor fragment. Oh, wonderful. We can make that.
Near blueprint acquired.
Can we make the laser cutter yet? That's the question. What is that light stick? Oh, well, we will find out in a moment whether we can make the laser cutter yet or not. Yes, we can. Have I? Okay, no, I haven't muted myself. Okay. I think I muted myself earlier when I was eating the chips, and I wasn't sure whether I unmuted myself, although you guys might have just listened to me eat chips a moment ago, but we'll see. Reaper snacks. We've got Snuggles, we've got Snuggly, we've got Reaper snacks. Soggy bottom buggy. Okay, light sticks we can now make. Yes, in terms of the live streams, yes, my idea is to hopefully have once a week a live stream, although of course life does happen and sometimes I will have to skip a weekend because we are away for a week or something. But yeah, the idea is that we can have this more regularly, or hopefully once a week, although I do think that a 6-hour live stream at any one time is, or in one go, maybe a little bit too long. So I may need to make it a 4-hour long live stream. But yeah, definitely going to have it, try to have it once a week. And try to keep it as consistent as possible, with it being on a, well, what is for me a Saturday evening. Depending on where you are, it may be a Saturday afternoon, or morning, or mid-afternoon. What have we got? Is that a propulsion cannon? That's a propulsion cannon! Oh, nice, we need another fragment of that. Let's have a look here. And once again, thank you for tuning into the stream, guys. It's really, really amazing to see that, first of all, there are actually people watching this. And, of course, that you guys are interacting with me. It's really amazing to be able to chat to you guys and interact in this way, where it's not just a comment somewhere on YouTube, it's actually live chat. Oh, there's another Seamoth fragment. I think our inventory should almost be full. Oh, we've still got space. We do need to drink something though. Let's just drink that. And oh, that's scanner fragment right over there. There we go. Always leave them wanting more. Yes. Thing is, when we finish Subnautica, of course there is Subnautica Below Zero that we can go on with. There is Empires of the Undergrowth, an ant simulation type game. Although I think, for me at least, the things like Subnautica, this type of survival exploration type game, may be a little bit more conducive to the type of live streams where we just kind of go around looking at stuff, talking about stuff, doing all kinds of stuff, and I have now said stuff way too many times.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah, glad you guys are looking forward to more streams. I'm definitely also looking forward to doing more streams. There we go, just had to go and run over that little one, and that one apparently. For a nature-loving person, I take way too much pleasure in driving over the biters. What have we got? Is that the... I think it's the... yeah, it's a mobile vehicle bay fragment. Yeah, well, may as well go for that. Let's have a look. What have we got else here? What else have we got? Oh yeah, Green Hell could also work as a live stream. Definitely. There really are so many things that one could play and do and talk about. I checked the other day, I think I've got 30 odd games where I would rank it as having some kind of nature flair.
Acquired.
Which leaves us with quite a few games to potentially play. And do in live streams. Let's have a look here. We've got nothing in there, no. Let's have a look. Oh, wait, that way. Picture frame, yes, because we are definitely going to have like a laboratory type place where I want to put picture frames of the animals that we have in our little aquaria. Yes, let's have a look. Yeah, at least the lights are shining in, yeah. So we've got some light shining in here. I'm going to just grab some air because I can see myself running out of oxygen when I go in there now. Let's actually move a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? Nothing there. We can enter from there as well. At this spot, I always get lost in these ladders.
Passing 100 meters.
Oh.
Oxygen
Okay, well that was disappointing. It's just another way in. We'll need to return to this one when we have our laser cutter. As there is, of course, that door over there to grab. Okay. Good. Let's have a look. What else do we have? We need scanner room. We don't need the bioreactor anymore because we can now make that, of course. We do need the last scanner room fragment. So we can actually make it. Yes, you are remembering correctly, Regan. We are in South Africa. So, almost at the southern tip of South Africa. So the southern tip of Africa. That's almost where we are. So it is completely dark out at the moment. What time is it with us now? It is 25 to 9. So we're almost heading to 9 o'clock now. So that's the time zone that we are in. Let's have a look here. Have we explored this rig? I think wasn't this the one that we needed the laser cutter for? I think. Yes, it is that one. Okay. Let's head back to our base and do as the whales do and try to find our way around by bobbing up and down until we can locate our base. Okay. Then, we will definitely need a moon pool as well. If we can have a moon pool, we can park our little Seamoth and we can rename it and we can do all those types of things. Now, let's have a look. Which way should we build? I've got enough for one more foundation. Let's go and do that quickly first. Before we do anything else, let's extend our foundations here. Wow, that was one massive leap out of the water. Okay. Anyway. I forget that. Okay. It's actually the first time I've picked up a flare. It's the first time I've seen that animation of it twirling it around his fingers. Guy only does it the first time. That is quite cool. So random. It's the small things. Small things that are awesome to see. Let's have a look. Foundation. Please have this foundation here. To make the titanium, we don't have the lead yet. Let's have it extend like this. And then we'll put in the D compartment. That will probably extend into the moon pool on this side. But for now, we are going to build this here. And then, you know what? We don't have plasteel yet. Okay, never mind. We are going to build another multi-purpose room.
Calorie intake recommended.
Okay, fine. I will eat in a moment. I've heard of the Panhandle. Sure. Yeah, I've never been to the US. I've only been in South Africa and then in Zimbabwe when I was a kid, 98 and 99. Hello, Memphis. And the big old cat is back again. For those of you that may have missed him earlier, yes, he is Memphis. And he is extremely happy about being picked up. Oh, and he is pressing all kinds of buttons. And let's hope he didn't end the stream. No, he did not end the stream. Hello, everybody. I see you're still there. He is just going to be eating everything he possibly can. Oh, yes, I'm hungry. That's apparently what is happening. Let's grab some lantern fruit over here.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay. And then we'll eat that. Is, yeah, something that will happen. Let's actually build another one, shall we? Let's build another bulbo plant so that when we hit it like that, at least we don't lose our plant completely. I'm wondering, I think let's go for the composite pot. Put him over. Indecisive. Let's put him over there. No. A little bit more. Yeah, a little slightly OCD. Very, very slightly. Just put him over there. And then put the bulbo tree in there as well. And we're going to just satiate our thirst by eating a whole bunch of lantern fruit. Okay. So in terms of how many pets we have, we've got 2 cats. The big one that you guys have now seen. Then Cinnamon, the small one that was here earlier. Not sure, did I show you guys Cinnamon or did I not? The little one, smaller cat. Then we've got 2 dogs, a Dachshund, a little sausage dog, and well, another one that we call a Staff Russell, which is basically a Jack Russell, Staffy, mixed breed, little Straatbrak, little pavement special. And then we're currently looking after our sister-in-law's, or my sister-in-law's, Nicola's sister, her dog as well. So we currently have 3 dogs and 2 cats in our yard. And then we've got all the birds chilling around in our garden, all the wild birds and the spiders and all those things that live rent-free in our house. So one could argue that maybe they are, and maybe they are not. Well, pets, basically. Should we say the chair with the headset on? Yes. Memphis plays. There's a story of, which I always find it so enjoyable to see that story, of a Dungeons and Dragons group, a D&D group, that the cat, the DM's cat, was sitting on the table, and then they, why did I put that there? And then they gave him the dice to roll, or a die to roll. And he rolled it, and I think he got a nat 20 or something along those lines. He rolled very well. And then, informally, he just became the druid of the party. He just became part of the party, and yeah, he would sit on the table there. Now, I foresee our Memphis cat being something similar, because I think the lore was then that he's the party's druid that was just constantly stuck in animal form, in cat form. And I foresee our cat Memphis having a similar fate where he... Oh yes, I wanted to make the laser cutter. Where Memphis also becomes our party's druid. Because whenever we play D&D, he will find his way to the table and sit on people's character sheets. And he just will sit there for very long periods of time. Occasionally he'll go onto the battlefield and he'll sit there and stand there and basically be part of the massive encounter. Although we don't actually play him as part of the encounter, he is there. Oh yes, Smallland. Yes, yes, I have heard of Smallland. I am so stoked for that game as well. Maybe that will be the next game that we stream live. If you gehoord van Smallland. I think I mentioned it to Nicola the other day, but not sure. It's very similar to Grounded, but more of a fantasy element as well. A tiny little, those little tiny little people, more creatures. You can ride the grasshoppers.
Yes.
That's the one. Yes, yes. I thought I did tell her about it. Yeah. No, I'm very, very, very excited about that game. Definitely. So maybe that will be the game that we. Oh, we need diamond for the laser cutter. That we'll get in a moment. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about that game, and we'll definitely be playing that when it is time. Right. So where we need to go for diamonds, let's head to that island right over there. Because there weren't any diamonds on the one island, but this island we should be able to get some. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for the big old ship. Not the Atlas. What is it called again? Trying to think now. This is the Seamoth. That one is the... I don't know. I can't recall what the big submarine is called. Cyclops. Cyclops. That's the name. That's the name. You guys are probably going to pop it up in the chat now. But yeah, Cyclops. I can't wait to actually have a Cyclops. That'll be quite fun again. To have. Now we do need to find our way around the island. Wait, what? Oh, those are just the plants that spawned up there. Okay. Need to find our way around the island without being munched on by the Reaper Leviathans. Okay, when we get back to the base, I must remember to also check the radio again for a change. It's been a while since I checked the radio. Now what we are here. Question is, do we see a Reaper Leviathan? No, we do not. So let's jump out. And
Detecting massive energy signature in the region.
there's a
Cannot
sandstone.
identify.
Just grab it. Gold. Okay. Yeah, that's alright. It's something. I was hoping more for lead or silver than gold. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being able to drive the Aurora though. That'll be even more amazing. But yeah, the Cyclops. That's the one that I'm really, really excited about. So we have to check our Seamoth. We're on 77 or 78% battery power here. Now, I'm a very dangerous driver when it comes to the Seamoth, mainly because I constantly do this. And Seamoths have this tendency to die or to explode when I'm involved. Hello, Reginald. And of course you're going to be eaten by the biter. Anyway, let's head onto this island. Okay. A purple tablet fragment. Hello. Ooh, I want to scan you. Come here. Skyray. Come back. Whenever you get the chance that they are low enough to actually scan, you need to take it. No. Yes. Yes, we got it. Okay. So Skyray. Interesting, the limb arrangement here. So they've got the two front arms there. Oh, the two arms. No. Arms are generally in the front. They've got the two arms and kind of like fingers pointing back. And then it joins again at the tail. And then they've got their legs. I would suspect that they would fold this up while they are actually sitting. And as the figure over there suggests, they fly by using thermals. Now, thermals will be any hot air rising. And you can see them circling up over there. A lot of air will be pushed. Wind will blow across from the ocean side onto this rock face and actually push up, creating nice updrafts. And the sky rays. Is that what they're called? Yeah, sky rays. The sky rays will, of course, then be airborne by going up in those updrafts. But when they are airborne, it's a little bit more of a challenge if they are out there to find thermals to actually move around or to go higher up again. They most likely will employ a different method used by things like albatrosses that have a way of flying where they will go down and then turn around and fly up against the wind, gain height, go with the wind, turn against the wind, fold their wings in a certain way to create upwards lift, and then swirl around. They actually have an amazing way of flying. This like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was actually on a boat for the first time in my life, and I also saw my first albatross, which was amazing. And I actually then managed to watch as it did that weird way of flying around.
This structure is composed of a metal alloy with unprecedented integrity. No match is found in database. Performing structural analysis.
It does look like a penguin with wings. Which brings up the question, if you throw a penguin off a cliff, is it flying in a vertical direction or is it just falling? Because isn't falling just flying vertically? Anyway. Hey Ozzy, welcome to the chat. So Ozzy in the chat is not the Ozzy that is dead in the game. Ozzy is very much alive and survived his masters. And yeah, we have like 2 days ago received the news that he has managed to, well, basically he's going to be graduating in April for his masters. So in front of everyone, well done Ozzy. Let's just pick up this ion cube over here. This is going to be so useful later. Yeah, no other ion cubes up here. So, let's go down. Sure, so are the Subnautica oceans salt-based? I would say that yes, the oceans are most likely salt-based, based on the fact that you've got kelp. If the kelp are in the same family or same group of algae as kelp on Earth, then it will have to be salt-based. Their physiology does not allow them to be in fresh water. Okay.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the lower section.
Right, so here we are. I always enjoy this. We almost woke up again. Always enjoy this weird elevator, that's the word. Always confused with elevator and escalator. Always like that weird elevator going up and down, up and down. Anyway, yeah, salt-based, yes. Additionally, if you look at the ocean, of course, or in the ocean on Subnautica, you do have the salt precipitates. I think it's what it would be called. Basically, well, Afrikaans, in Afrikaans we would call it a soutneerslag, which basically just means that salt has precipitated out of the water and forms these clusters. We usually find it on Earth more in areas with saline soils. Then when water actually enters the soils, when it rains and the water evaporates, what then happens is that the salt is also moved to the surface and actually forms salt crusts. But the fact that you've got the precipitates there, or these little clusters of salt, basically indicating that yes, the oceans in Subnautica would have to be salt-based. I would hazard that is what it would mean. Additionally, there's a third point that yes, it would be salt-based because you do have the brine. The salt brine in the deeper areas, in the Lost River, for example. You do have the brine there, which is hyper dense, another mosquito, hyper dense salty water, which you would find there. Let's say this one, yeah, the Doomsday device contains enough potential energy to destroy the entire planet, along with most of the solar system. Fortunately, it has malfunctioned. Interesting that they have this Doomsday device, because I would think that they most likely wanted to use this to actually destroy this planet with the disease that is on it. And then it malfunctioned and they had to move to plan B. Just check, do I have anything over here that I need? I don't think so. No. No tablets or anything like that up here. Okay.
Scans indicate the facility's control room lies beyond this doorway.
Let's have a look. Another force field control. And now I do believe we will be facing another one. Well, not really that much. I was about to say that I've got a fear of needles, but I don't have too much of a fear of needles, as I do donate blood without any major problems, although I haven't donated in a while. I don't like injections. Don't like injections.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine."
A quarantine planet. Okay. So basically Earth during 2020.
Translating background broadcast. Downloading summary.
Nothing over here. Okay. Anything over here? No. Nothing. Really, not even an ion cube. Nothing. Okay. Anyway.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah. I don't have to seek very far. It's right over there.
Vital signs stabilizing.
The PDA lady at some point will have to realize that my vital signs are often teetering on the edge of collapse as we run around everywhere. Don't touch it. Too late for that. I see button, I press button. It's my general approach to technology. You can ask any of my students. If something in the classroom doesn't work, I will press buttons until something works. It's also, you can also ask Nicola, she'll also verify that whenever I'm faced with technological issues, I'll just press buttons until something seems to work. Like an alien archway. Okay. Right. Now, I'd forgotten this arch was over here. Good to know. Of course, it is the way up. I'm very much looking forward to... That way. I'm looking forward to the potential of a Subnautica 3, though. Of a third installment. As it is... oh yeah, just saw the... Like our oven buttons, yeah. Like... I'll get back to the oven buttons in a moment. But with Subnautica 3, I think there's a good chance that they are going to make a third one. But I'm wondering where it will be set. Whether we're going to explore the home planet of the precursors or whatever. If you have played Subnautica 2, you'll know why I'm wondering about that. Or if you've played Below Zero. But I'm wondering, if we do, we're most likely going to see a lot of this architecture as well. And as for the oven buttons, we've got an oven in our house that we don't know how it works. We don't have the manual for it. We do know that sometimes, if the power had been off, we struggle to put the oven on. And the only way to put it on is to press buttons randomly, in no particular order that we know of. None of them together in any particular way that we know of. But we've got to press buttons until the oven magically starts. So as far as we are concerned, with our oven, it is alien technology. It's not man-made, that I can tell you. Well, at least it wasn't made by any sane person, let's put it that way. I need to go up here. I do have a flashlight. Yeah, let's have that. Let's have the flashlight, that's better. Yeah, Ozzy would also know that our flashlight is, or our oven is an alien spaceship. And I wish we could tell people how the oven works, but the thing is, we don't know how the oven works. We're just gonna run past these little crab spiders, or these little cave crawlers, I think they are called. Mostly scavengers, these cave crawlers, but in this game they do also attack you. Just because something is a scavenger also doesn't mean that they won't catch live prey. Just look at hyenas, for example. They are often viewed as scavengers, but they're actually very, very effective hunters. In fact, they will catch more food in some cases than they will actually scavenge. Oh wow, that's cool. I will definitely have to also go and watch Neeb's Gaming one. I like watching people play Subnautica. It's depending, of course, on whether they are relaxed or scream too much. I'm not a very big fan of very loud YouTubers or videos overall. Oh wait, never mind. Almost ended badly. Where on earth? Ah, finally, shale. So shale is a type of rock, and lithium, finally. A type of rock that is formed in marine environments, at least on Earth, in marine environments, where many millions of years ago, in the Karoo, for example, in South Africa, a large part of the Karoo Basin is on shale, where it was a relatively deep marine-ish ecosystem with calmer waters, and there where the calmer waters were, the finer clay sediments settled out and eventually turned into shale. And that's basically what we had just knocked there. Oh, another one up here. I didn't know there was another one up here. That's cool. Another tablet. I don't think I often go around here. Probably stop carrying that around. Salt there. Hello. Just a weird little cave. This is now the Cave of Wonders, because I wonder why there's a cave there. I also wonder why I can hear dripping sounds outside of the cave. Anyway, let's have a look here. I need to go down, but I also want to get as much lithium and diamonds as I possibly can. I want gold. I want diamonds and I want lithium. I don't want gold. This way. Hello. Just running past the cave crawlers. If any of them were to bite me, then I will retaliate. Okay, I've already been there. Let's head in this direction. Oh, about scavengers. That'll be the creature that often catches more prey than actually scavenge will be the hyena. The spotted hyena, for example. It depends. Some hyenas, yes, are more scavengy, if that's even a word, than others. But the spotted hyena is a very proficient hunter and will be able to catch their prey quite easily. With their packs, they're very tight-knit packs. Let's actually feed on some bulbo trees up here while we are here. They will form these very strong cohesive units of packs, and then they are able to take down quite large animals as a pack. But of course, hyenas are famous for being scavengers, where they will follow lions or leopards or wild dogs or other predators around and then try to steal their prey. And if you look at wild dogs, for example, they will disembowel their prey very quickly to try to not give things like hyenas chance to actually steal their food. In January, we were in Kruger and we actually saw, my wife, my dad and I, saw a pack of wild dogs, and it was being shadowed by 2 hyenas, which was, there we go, diamonds.
Are the property of the Alterra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
I love how they say that the current bill stands at 3 million credits or 3 billion credits. A lot of credits. And then later on that is also mentioned. I think at the end of the game that is also mentioned. Thinking maybe I saw something small swimming around here, but I can't see anything now. Okay. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Oh well, I would love to hear that. I'm definitely going to go watch Neeb's Gaming for Subnautica. That sounds like a lot of fun. A hoot and a half. Let's get some more here. Gold. Still don't want gold. I want lithium. And I want diamonds. Anyway, I'm probably one of the very few people who don't want gold. Let's have a look here. As I was saying, we saw the hyena, two hyenas, basically shadowing wherever the wild dogs went. The hyenas went with. Now I need to find my way out. Is it that way? Yeah, it is that way. Okay. But we also spoke to a manager on a reserve in northern South Africa, where there is a leopard, a big male leopard, that he is the top leopard in the general area. He doesn't care about anything or anyone or any other leopard, and so he will actually, where most leopards will take their prey up into a tree to keep it safe from predators or from scavengers, in particular things like hyenas. That one male, there's so much food for him, and so little competition for food, that he just kind of doesn't care. We'll visit this island later on to go and get the more lithium and diamonds and stuff. But that one leopard doesn't really care about taking up the prey into trees. And as a result, there's a three-legged hyena that on her own wouldn't be able to actually catch food. But she just goes wherever that leopard male goes. Like, they've put out camera traps, and on the cameras they could see the leopard coming past, and then not too long thereafter, here comes, they call her Tripod, the three-legged hyena comes walking behind, and she's got enough food that she's raised a litter of pups. Nothing wrong. Oh, I know that sound. A zoom. I don't like that sound. There he is. There's another one. Oh, hello. Hello, Mr. Hugs. Right. There's our first Reaper Leviathan. Oh, and I'm so scared of it that I am just hammering myself into the wall. Let's just keep on moving. Just keep moving. Heading in the direction of our life pod. We are going to be doing what the peepers also do when they are threatened. We're going to bob around the surface here, trying to jump out of the surface to try and get away from our predator over there. Although he is so far behind us, I think now. Like, imagine he was just in our face now. I would probably be one of the screaming YouTubers at that point in time. We need to go to the right-hand side. Yes. So this behavior, if you go look at whales, for example, they will bob, not completely out of, they breach completely out of the water, but a lot of whales also do what is called spy hopping, which is when they just lift their heads straight out of the water and then go back and go out of the water again, have a look around, go down again. And it is believed that it may be to actually look at where they are determine where they are spatially and see where other individuals of the pod may be or so, where they do that spy hopping. Fascinating behavior. Okay, anyway, we're going along here. Okay, liefde. Yeah, thanks. Right, it's coffee time. Let's have a look. My base should be around here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so in terms of what I do exactly, I'm actually a lecturer, and so I'm an academic. Supposed to be doing some research as well, but I haven't. I was busy with my PhD on island biogeography, but looking at little forest birds in fragments of forests. But I have not been getting around to data collection, and I kind of just stopped that for now. So I am basically a lecturer in conservation ecology. That is my field of expertise, although I also have a passion and an interest and knowledge about anything with as being, well, having trained in conservation and particularly in ecology, that's being my main field of what I specialized in over time, I tend to need to know about all kinds of things with plants and animals and how they obviously interact, because that is ecology. It's the study of our natural world and how organisms interact with one another. So in terms of what I actually do, my full-time employment is that as a lecturer in conservation ecology in the nature conservation course around here where I am. So at the university. So yeah, that's in essence what I do. And then of course I do all kinds of other things as little sideline things. Things like environmental impact assessment type of projects where they need animal statements, compliance statements, is when there is a development in an area and the screening tools have flagged certain rare fish, or well, not fish, but rare organisms, rare animals that are flagged. I could then go and look and see whether those animals are in fact present, and if they are present, how common are they, where are they located, where should the development rather be, those types of things. So yeah, in essence, yeah, what do I specialize in? I specialize in everything in nature, in essence. Main focus of my research in the past, my master's and doctorate and so on, have been, and my honors, basically honors project, was frogs, birds, and vegetation rehabilitation. Those are my main spheres of expertise, although in essence I at the same time have also studied all kinds of things.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
All kinds of other things as well. We're just going to swim past and not be eaten by the sand shark over there, hopefully. He is coming for us. Oh yes, there was a life pod here somewhere, wasn't there? Is a life pod somewhere that Ozzy mentioned. Ozzy, where is that? Stranded near a cave system. Let's put him as yellow. Where's the yellow one? There. Oh! Not this cave. Okay. I think this is the one entrance to the jelly shroom cave, if I'm not mistaken, and then that's the other entrance to the jelly shroom cave. But yeah, I hope that answers your question of what it is what I actually do. Feel free to ask any other questions as well about it. I'm always happy to share what I do and why I do it and how I do it and all those types of things. Ooh, this is a nice area. Okay, let's have a look at this tube here. There should be some crash fish in here somewhere. No. Oh. Okay. I know there is one massive one of these coral tubes. And then it has a whole bunch of crash fish in it. Huh. Okay, let's grab some quartz while we are here though. Okay, well, we can grab one quartz and our inventory is full. How's it going in Ark? Not Ark. Oh, okay. Enjoy. Okay, let's, I guess, fill up the storage over here. Oh, and finally remember to play the radio message.
This is Avery Quinn of Trading Ship Sunbeam. Aurora, do you read? Over? Nothing but vacuum. These Alterra ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS, you offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
Seek fluid intake.
Always with the seek fluid intake.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yes, the vital signs are constantly semi-stabilizing. Let's have a look here. Right. What we need is a moon pool fragment. We need to put all kinds of stuff away. All stuff. Let's put that in there and that in there. I don't think we'll need the flashlight now. No more batteries. Grab some extra batteries. Actually, let's make it 3. Because I want to also make a power cell for when our Seamoth battery inevitably dies. Let's do that, shall we? How's it going, Metal Rock Gaming? Hey, long time no hear. Yeah, so yeah, it's all stuffs, just because of, yeah. Actually, I should have called it all stuffs, but anyway, let's have a look here. We can't have, I think, all stuff, or yeah, some reason we couldn't spell it properly. Let's have a look here. I wanted to make battery, and more battery. Oh, I need another mushroom. Ah, come on, I thought I picked up 6. Apparently, I only picked up 5. But yeah, Metal Rock Gaming, it's going alright, eh? We carrying on quite nicely here with the little adventure. We've got our little Seamoth. Still need to get the moon pool, so that we can then, of course, rename it. Let's make that power cell there and give it other colors. And yes, this is actually what I look like. In some of the first videos I actually made, I had the face cam on. There's storage here. There should be storage here somewhere. Is there not? No, I think. No, there's no storage here. Later on I can put storage. But yeah, I had the face cam on previously, and then I stopped. And I can't remember why I stopped. And then I thought, you know what? For the videos I record, like with the ARC videos now, I'm still going to not have the face cam, but for live streams, it's just best to actually have the face there, so that we can interact a little bit better with this. Oh wow! Well, interesting, Regan, that you mentioned that. My dad is actually, or was, a pastor. He's retired now. He is now finally getting a chance to just relax. He wanted to actually study nature conservation when he was a kid, and then he got the calling and he became a pastor, and yeah, now he's retired. Now he's fishing and photographing all kinds of animals and just enjoying it. It's an amazing mix to be able to, because my dad often preached about that we should take care of nature and so, and when he did that, you could see that it really is his passion. And yeah, taking care of this good green earth, blue-green earth that we are also on. Let's have a look. Where are we? I think we're heading into the mushroom forest, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what we're seeing there? I think we're seeing the mushroom. Yes, that's the mushroom forest over there. Okay, one of the 2 mushroom forests. So here, we've got our first good look at the jelly rays.
Passing 100 meters.
Yes, lady, I know.
Decreased.
Come on, I want to scan you. Come closer, jelly ray. You're so jellyful. No! Come back here. Yeah, I can chase you down. Oh dear. Okay, it's just a sand shark. Okay, that's done. Okay, let's back to the boat. Back to the boat. Back to the submarine. Yeah, I also thought there would be some storage on the side here. I may have just missed it. I know there's upgrades here. You can access the upgrades here. But I thought there was... Not at the back. I know you can change the battery there. No. It seems that you can only access the storage once you actually put it in. Which is a bit of a bummer. But here we can see our first little jelly rays over here. That's really amazing.
Picking up faint Altera vehicle signatures.
Oh, we're at the one with the Altera ship at the top there. Interesting. Jelly ray. Yeah, light. Doesn't say what is actually at the top here. Like they show something there. Okay, so this is a typical photofluorescent species. Species that is bioluminescent, at least, creating light. It is alive and creating light. As for why it is doing that, I don't know, because it may actually be to attract phytoplankton. Bioluminescent species, does it say here? My sources. Will you attract? Come on. The PDA says the jelly shrooms will move towards light. Let's see whether these ones do. Surrounding areas for foraging. It doesn't say what they're feeding on. Now, rays and skates will mostly be feeding on crustaceans and stuff in the sediments, but these ones are not stirring up the sediments to actually locate crustaceans or clams or anything like that. So it's most likely that these ones are feeding similar to manta rays, which are filter feeders. And I would guess that the light that these ones are creating actually attract some microscopic organisms, and then they will be feeding on them, which would also make sense or explain why they are circling around and around and around. As they are moving, obviously things are attracted to the light, and they're just kind of hovering around, constantly sucking up whatever is in that area that they had been moving. Interesting. Enjoy the ramen noodle there, Metal Raw Gaming. Oh, is that the fabricator? No, that's not fabricator. We've already got. This is the modification station. I'm so used to what things are called in Ark nowadays that because I haven't played this in such a long time. The tree mushroom. Let's have a look at whether that actually is a mushroom. Okay, so the trunk is a species of coral. Okay, 50,000 years. That's actually quite old. Obviously, 50,000 is a very old time. But I know coral can actually be very old. I think the oldest coral, maybe I'm speaking a little bit under correction here, but the oldest coral known, or specimen known, is about 4,000 years old, I think. One individual, which is obviously very, very old. There we go, moonpool fragment. Now, it is possible that on an alien planet like this, the growth rates would be slower, or they're not exposed to things that may kill them, so maybe 50,000 is a doable age. We are quite deep down. We're 164 meters down. At this point in time, in depth at least, light is becoming a limiting factor. Coral that's closer to the surface, in the safe shallows, for example, where we have set up base, those ones will have a lot of sunlight, and the algae living in their cells, in their zooxanthellae, the zooxanthellae actually being in the cells, are able to photosynthesize and provide the coral with sustenance, with nutrients. But at this depth, or deeper down, they don't have that. They don't have the zooxanthellae in them, because there's too little sunlight for them to actually photosynthesize. At this depth, you wouldn't get any photosynthetic organisms either. I mean, they wouldn't be... They would definitely not be green algae down here. There wouldn't really be a lot of plants down here. They would battle. Even the kelp would battle at this depth. They would be... I could say they would be from about here upwards. From about 70, 80 meters they could be upwards. But 160 meters could be stretching. Could be pushing it a little bit. Let's have a look here. They say that they picked up Altera signals, and yet I haven't actually found the ship that they picked up. Could be in that big one there. May just not be loaded yet. Or no, it's not in the big one here. Okay, I guess we'll stumble upon it at some point randomly as we're swimming past here. One thing that is going to help is once we have our sonar upgrade for the Seamoth, we'll be able to see where all these things are. I love that sonar upgrade, man. That makes the life so nice. Could it be up here? It's one thing with Subnautica. You need to be quite close to something for it to load properly. Okay, anyway, can't seem to find the Altera vehicle that supposedly is in here, so let's have a look and see if we can find some more fragments like that one down there. What have we got? Is this moon pool? Which means we may be able to, there we go, make the moon pool now.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, found some more diamonds. Great stuff. Water. We'll need to go back to base soon for water and sustenance. That's also where it really is amazing to have the Cyclops, where one has a mobile base. And you can just grab food and water on the go. Oh, it's a vent. Hello there. I know there is a wreck in one of the two mushroom forests where it's stuck in one of the big trees. Like it would be up here, but it's not in this one. But it may just be one that... It may be in the other mushroom forest, because I know there are two mushroom forests. Interesting. Have a look here. Yeah, still moonpool fragments. May as well grab the titanium. And you may as well actually repair our little Seamoth here because it's at 41%. Oh my word. Yes, and right on cue, Haroon, I see your comment. Remember to repair, because yeah. Especially, I'm probably going to be hitting a few spadefish accidentally on the way now as well. But I also want to still find some more fragments. We'll see what we find as we go along here. But in any case, these tree mushrooms over here, or mushroom trees, are typical symbiotic creatures. An organism in this case, oh, there we go, that was a spadefish. An organism made up of a whole bunch of other creatures. And in this case, this seems to be one species, but it's actually made up of a whole bunch of different species, all living together. And the coral here forms the hard structure. There's some more. That's the Cyclops part. That is a part for the Cyclops. Oh dear, what am I hearing? Bone shark, I think? Yeah. Hello, Boney. Bone shark, bone shark. Let's head past the bone shark in this direction. See if we can find some more Cyclops spots. I want to make the Cyclops. I want to make it so bad. There we go. Let's break the Seamoth again. But anyway, as I was saying, these mushroom trees probably being a whole bunch of species together. And although it sounds weird that how can you get a whole bunch of species living together, on Earth there is something that actually has this with the Portuguese man of war, the blue bottle, as we call it in South Africa, which actually consists of colonies of 4 different species that form one larger organism. And let's repair again. Yeah, apparently it is repaired. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played this game in so long, so it's almost like playing it blind again, but only really in terms of where things are. At least I know how to do things still. Guess I'll remember that. But yeah, it's been such a long time. I haven't played since they actually put in things like the large room, for example, and those types of things. Last time I played was actually on the channel, and that was ages ago. I can see a warper over there as well. Let's see. Some lithium, that I do want. I want it for plasteel. Let's hope for... Nope, titanium. Okay, I was hoping for copper. Have a look here. Okay. Okay, so suddenly, Boop, I have to ask, what happened when you rammed the Cyclops into one of those guys? So what happened when you rammed it into a Reaper? For science, I need to know. I should actually not be knocking my Seamoth about now, considering that there is a Reaper there that will most likely grab onto us if we get in too close to it. Oh, Ampiel! Oh, wow. Right, so we've got bioluminescent creatures and we've got electrical creatures. Creatures that create electricity. And we have a Seamoth that needs to be repaired. It blew up your sub. Okay. Good to know so that I don't actually go make that mistake as well. But you know what? When you suddenly have this big old submarine, you have to go take it for a test drive and see what happens when you ram something like a Reaper with it. Interesting. Haven't been to this area also in ages, obviously. Okay, so let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, I was just about to jump out. And there is the Ampiel. Is that Bone Shark and Ampiel fighting? Yeah, they are fighting. The Bone Shark is attacking the Ampiel. One of the few times that I've actually seen the predators not liking one another. Predators overall tend to have a lot of what we call interspecific competition, where individuals of different species will fight with one another. Scan a room fragment. Have I got all the fragments? I think this is the last one I need. Is it? Yes.
New blueprint acquired.
Let's just scan the bulb bush as well. And take a sample for science. Right. But as I was saying, the predators very often will try to kill one another or reduce competition by eliminating in competition.
Unusual electromagnetic signatures in the region. Exercise caution when diving deeper.
Of course, we know what those unusual signals are. They are the ampeels, which are in the general area. Nothing to scan there? No.
Acquired.
Oh yeah, yeah. Still scan the room. Get the titanium. And some more titanium. Okay. Great. So the electrical fish. There we go. Okay, hanging around on the dangerous side of life. Yeah, the electrical fish. There are a variety of fish that actually can shock you. Things like this ampeel in the game, but obviously in real life also a few organisms that can do that. Oh, almost bump into a reef back over here. And most of the time they will use the electrical discharge for thingamajigs, for protection against predators. But then of course some can also use it to kill their prey or to stun their prey and then to gobble it up. In South Africa we've got the electric ray, which is a torpedo fish, which is about this big. It's a roundish blob of a flattish fish, and they can shock, I think, 460 volts if I'm not mistaken. Quite a punch that they can give. My dad has actually stepped on one years ago. Actually he stepped on two. One didn't shock him and the other one did. And I'll never forget the first time he actually stepped on one. We were here in the southern part of South Africa at Knysna, and we were in the lagoon swimming, and I wanted to see a sand shark, or guitar fish as it's called. It's a type of ray, or skate actually. It's more skate. And my dad stepped on something and it wriggled up his leg and swam up, and he called me. I was outside at that point looking at horse clams outside of the water. They're big clams with these razor sharp edges and points to them. Let me just put that beacon off as well. There we go. And so I was busy looking at those, and he called me and said, well, there's a guitar fish over here. And I ran into the water, and as I ran into the shallow water, the torpedo fish was swimming around there. And I very quickly yeeted out of the water very, very, very rapidly. And I said to my dad, no, that wasn't a guitar fish, because he just felt it swim up, he didn't see it. And I just said that that was a torpedo fish, and he was like, wow, okay. Okay, at night I can't find my lifepod, so let's just go for the lifepod beacon. Okay, there we go. Close. Man, it's right there. Okay. That means our base should also be around here. And the second time we were also here in the Western Cape of South Africa, and he was swimming, and we were bodyboarding actually. And then he stepped on, again, what he thought was a guitar fish, and we didn't know that the torpedo rays actually, or the electric rays, occurred there. And then he just felt this jolt, and his legs went numb, and yeah, you could feel it immediately as the electricity just coursed through his body. It was a quite interesting experience. Let's have a look here. Oh yes, I wanted to go and plant that, and it will free up some inventory. Let's start our collection of plants. Again, keep on forgetting that I shouldn't press escape. I should press tab to close that. But no, the guitar fish, with my dad stepping on it, the guitar fish wasn't playing Stairway to Heaven, it was playing We Got the Power! And my dad shortly thereafter felt the power. Thankfully he's alright, he survived. Managed to now have a story of stepping on an electric ray. Oh yeah, I am not looking forward to that, the warpers yeeting me out. Definitely not.
automated message from Aurora Live Pod 13 coordinates attached. Live Pod is carrying high priority passenger.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
That's a good question about how the electrical fish generate that current. I'm not actually 100% sure. I think in some species it may be an electrical or a chemical reaction, but I don't think it actually is in most cases, at least. I know that all of them have got specialized organs. If you're looking at the torpedo ray, for example, they on their wings, on their fins, inside they have semicircular, crescent-shaped with flattened edges organs that they use to generate the electricity. Electric rays, I think electric eels, it's spread out throughout the body. But as for exactly how they generate that, I will be lying to you guys if I do say. I will find out in the meantime. And I will get back to you guys when I know. So for the next stream, I will try to remember to actually go and check how it generates it. Electrocytes. Okay, yes, that's the cells doing that. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so it seems they do have... Yeah, so they all have the electric organs. Ik ga vir my kyk of dit is met 'n chemical reaction of nie. Ek klik dit. They all have the organs that they use to generate the power. We're actually trying to find out as well now as we speak. And it's basically like, I think sharks can detect electrical fields, weak electrical fields that everything creates. But these guys are just creating strong electrical fields. As for how, we'll find out in a moment. What I need to do is I need to eat the bulbo tree again. Yeah, so as I was saying, yes, they do have an organ. So I just checked the question there about do they have an organ? Yes, at least the electric ray, that the one that I am familiar with, they've got those crescent-shaped organs that they will use to generate it. I think the eels will also have it. It's generally organs that contain apparently electrocytes, which are cells or tissues that are able to create these strong electrical currents. The muscle cells. Okay, so electrocytes are muscle cells. Okay. But how on earth? I would suspect it would just be. We haven't been able to exactly find out, but we'll find out in the meantime. It seems that the muscle cells, as I recall, a lot of muscle cells and things communicate using, why on earth did I put all of this in here? Anyway, communicate using electricity or electrical currents. It may just be that they've got a way of amplifying it, which then allows them to create these shocks. It's something that I've been fascinated about, but I haven't actually looked into it a little bit more, which I probably should have. Really, it's a fascinating thing. I mean, the ability to shock stuff that gets too close to you is really, really quite extraordinary. Okay, so yeah, it seems to be chemical reactions created in the muscle fibers, in those electrocytes, the muscle fibers. That's interesting. But yeah, we'll have to consult with Dr. Google Scholar, to be exact.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Hey. I completely forgot what I was doing. Oh, I need to make a laser cutter. I was so intrigued with what on earth how on earth electrical fishes make their currents that I completely forgot that that is actually what I am doing. So, yeah. Oh wow, that is quite fascinating, Hans. Okay. So they can create poles by aligning the electrocytes on each side of the body to create a small charge across the poles. When they attack, they release them all in one go. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, I don't even have enough energy to get out of bed sometimes, and there are these fishies swimming around, being all shocky. Let's have a look here. The laser cutter. 2 diamonds, that is what I need. Oh, and a battery. I've got a full battery there. My weakest battery is in this one. Let's swap that out. I love the fact that how we're all trying to just figure out how how they do this. That's quite awesome. And in the process, we all learn something as well, including me. Repair laser cutter. There we go. Okay. The sodium channel in the electrocyte starts at one end and goes across the length of the cell until it reaches the end. And then it probably reverses. Ozzy, I think you have a flat-out lie there with you loving Google Scholar after writing a master's. I am pretty sure that that is a blatant lie. Let's have a look. Yes, we now have a laser cutter, so now we need to go and find Rex that we need access to. Wow, interesting that they can also limit how much they release. A lot of animals that spend a lot of energy on getting or doing something will limit how much they use of that. So I'm just thinking, for example, of snakes with their venom, where they don't inject everything every single time, except for juveniles. Young ones don't really have the control yet of how much they don't have control over how much they inject. But adults, or as they get older, they learn to control how much venom they actually inject. And adults will really not inject all the venom that they have in one go. Because the venom there is useful or is necessary for catching food and also for deterring predators, it's not worthwhile actually releasing all of it at the same time. It will take time to build up again. Same thing then with the electrical current, where it's no point you have this and you release everything and it takes a little bit of time to build up again, or it takes resources to build up again. This is the one that we were at earlier, I think. The one where we still needed the laser cutter. No, we haven't been here, have we? No, we haven't. This is a new one. I think they would have to at some point at least slightly or relatively release their... I think they would need to release their charge. I don't think they can keep it undischarged indefinitely. Okay, being sarcastic. Yes, I'm horrible with picking up sarcasm. I can dish out sarcasm very well, but I can't pick it up as easily. Yeah, imagine, okay, well, if we were in our parents' time, we wouldn't have been able to have this conversation across the world, though. So, what an amazing time to be alive, that we are able to, together, learn about this.
Acquired.
We're going to go through there in a moment. Have a look. Ooh, what is this? What is this? This is lightweight, high-capacity tank. Ah,
New
wonderful.
blueprint acquired.
Let's just go through here quickly. Grab some oxygen again. Oh yes, the bombardier beetle, Regan, yes. It's quite amazing, that little creature. We've got other beetles in South Africa, CMR beetles we call it. Oh, there's nothing in here. Is it up there? No. We've got CMR beetles that will also shoot chemicals at
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
at predators or things that threaten it. Ooh, what is this? This is vehicle upgrade console. Oh, that's going to be useful. Yes.
Blueprint acquired.
Oh, floodlight. Well, we are experiencing a flood of floodlight. Modification station. Oh, we'll be able to make this now, won't we? Soon. Now we'll be able to make it.
New blueprint acquired.
That's still modification station, but we can use the titanium. And let's grab what is ever is in here. And grab what is in there. And then make our way out here again. Past the shocky wires. And then up to our little Seamoth. Oh yes, yeah, with the especially electric eels, we'll use that electric charge that they are generating to pick up disturbances as things move through that. So most fish will have, I think all fish, have the lateral line, the little line of sensory pits, or sensory pits I call it, but yeah, the sense organ along their sides, that they can pick up movement in the water. But now imagine that, but also a whole electrical current around you that you can sense whenever something is moving through it. And that's what the electric eels definitely will do. And I'm not sure whether the electric rays also can do that. The torpedo fish. Oh, it's the way out. Okay. Let's head. Okay, have I got these spots? I think I've got these spots already. I think I've got everything here. It's very similar layout to the one that we had already done, but couldn't go through. Anyway. Yes, it's a good question whether there could have been something that did breathe fire. I think on Earth it was actually an awesome documentary. I haven't actually watched it in ages, but a documentary basically saying if dragons are real. But looking at the ecology and the biology of dragons, if suppose they were real, or fire breathing, for example. The problem is that okay, so there are two things that. It would be very difficult with true fire to actually not die in the process of creating the fire. So with the bombardier beetle, what they create is they create superheated liquid, which is round about boiling point. But they create it and it really starts boiling just before it shoots out. In theory, if you could apply that to a massive creature and you could have them have two glands in different spots and then they mix it just before shooting it out, it in theory could work. But the odds of actually finding those creatures, I mean, their bones should have been known by now. But just in terms of their fossils would have been known. There are so many fossils that we don't know of. The fossil fragment the fossils we have are really fragmentary that I should probably scan the floaters here. That I suppose we have got less than 1% of the creatures that have lived on this earth we have fossils for. Because of all kinds of things. Things like the tectonic plate movement, which will eventually swallow up most of the fossils. Will be subducted under other tectonic plates and will be lost forever. there's very little, for example, of the Precambrian period. There is Precambrian period. There's very little fossils because of that ancient period. Most of the floor is actually, I think, been lost over time, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, just trying to avoid the sand shark, which is playing foosball with my little Seamoth over here. But yeah, anyway, so lots of anecdotal evidence, yes. I mean, there are so many weird and wonderful. If you look at mythology, there are so many weird and wonderful creatures that, yes, most likely could have been people heard or saw some weird creature, and then they told people at home about it, but they had never seen that creature. And if you, for example, were to describe an elephant, we all know what an elephant looks like, but if you were to go and describe, ooh, hello. Oh.
What are you?
I'm always freaked out when that happens. The sound along with that is just, yeah. Anyway, it just got me way off topic there as well. And yeah, so as I was saying, yes, there are so many creatures. If you go and describe something like an elephant to someone, and they'd never heard or seen, they heard of or seen an elephant, and you just describe this weird thing with massive teeth in the front and all kinds of stuff, they would see something completely different in their mind's eye than what you actually saw. And so it's easy for... Going to see, what is that? Is that the propulsion cannon? I think I can already make the propulsion cannon, but let's just double check. Yeah, I can. Yeah. The creature that they would come up with, if you describe something like an elephant to them, would be quite fantastical. And every time you tell, or someone tells someone new about it, a little tail gets added, and eventually you end up with something that breathes fire and flies, and you end up with a dragon. If you look at, for example, in Europe somewhere, there was some unicorn, and I can't recall what the name is of the town, where they had this fossil of a weird unicorn. It was just a bipedal creature. It was running on two legs, and it had this massive horn on its head. And it turns out it was just a woolly rhino fossil. But with a fragmentary remains, they had constructed this creature, which made sense to them using the bones they had available to them. But they had constructed a two-legged animal with a massive spike on its head. Which, of course, now we know is not what that creature looked like. And then we right up next to the Aurora. My favorite place to be. Oh, I just know Mr. Grabby is over here somewhere. I can hear him. I do not like coming to this area. Let's head home. Where is the lifeboat even? Did I put that beacon off again? Yes, I did. Okay. Lifeboat, come back to me. Oh yeah, in terms of what is in the ocean, I mean, there are definitely some terrifying things down there. I mean, when I was a kid, it was believed that the giant squid is the largest of the cephalopods, but I think the colossal squid is even larger. So, who knows what else is waiting in the ocean to be discovered. Let's play...
New PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, I'm trying to find where that Recording is... Oh, here we go.
To any Altera crew. Landed in area of significant alien activity. Encountered predators in the Leviathan class, highly aggressive. Spectroscope scanner assigned species designator Reaper.
The
One specimen attempted
Reapers.
to swallow the life pod, doing extensive damage in the process. Only viable option is to make for the safety of the Aurora crash site. I have retrieved a data box with the creature decoy and enough resources to fabricate a couple of them. The swim's longer than the decoy lifetime, but it should just be enough to keep them busy. If you don't find me on board the ship, presume I miscalculated.
Well, I am not going to be hopeful that the guy is on the ship. Let's just say that he most likely would have not made it to the ship. Let's just checking whether there's anything in here that we can use. Okay. And there's our little base of operations. There have been colossal squid, I think, washed out or washed up on beaches. So there have been some records of them, and that's the only reason they know that it actually exists and that it's larger than the giant squid. So yeah, as far as I recall, colossal squid have been, their remnants at least have, well, they have washed out. I think once or twice. The field trip to the Marianas Trench. I think my thalassophobia would kill me before I reach the bottom of the Marianas Trench. I'm pretty sure it would. Like, I love watching when they do those excursions and they live stream those. I like watching those recordings or those live streams, but I don't think I would want to go down into the Marianas Trench, because what if I don't actually come out again? That's the question. And I completely forgot what oh yes, I wanted to make a moon pool. That's what I wanted to check. Drink some water and moon pool. Moon pool. What do we need? Okay, scanner. We are going to have to make scanner room. Okay, we'll get that. Moon pool, lubricant, and 2 titanium ingots. Not difficult. Put it 10. 2 titanium ingots. And simple lubricant. I think we already have some here. No, we do not. Did I use everything? Yeah, seems I did. Okay, off we go. It's so nice to have these things right next to the base, or at the base. Let's have a look. I think I have everything now. I think I need 2 more titanium just to extend that tube a little bit. Actually, I think 4. Let's make 4. I just know I'm going to want to make another little side branch as well. Have a look here. So that's that way. We can have another something this way, I think. Yeah. I think let's go for another little compartment facing this way. And then keep on doing that. Let's do that. Oh, I need more titanium. Okay, fine. I'll get more titanium. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Go for that. James Cameron driving. Still, I will still be terrified with the... like, with just deep water all around me, I'm definitely not going to survive that. Let's have a look here. Okay, now at least our Seamoth has a place to live. Yeah, that's another thing, is if the little submarine springs a leak, then you're just going to watch your life flash before your eyes. And eventually your life will flash before your eyes, but with more water. Yeah, so yeah, I prefer
without human contact,
being on
it is normal
dry
to
land.
experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Now, if only there were volleyball to anthropomorphize, we'd be set. So this is where we are going to... I think we should build a bioreactor over here. Have a look here. Internal modules. Ah, it's internal pieces. Okay. Titanium, wiring ingot, wiring kit, and lubricant. Oh, we've got that. 2 titanium, 1 wiring kit, and 1 lubricant. Well, we have it or can get it. No, never mind. I'm getting lost already. Is it this way? Surely it must be. Yes, it is. I'm not being very smart here. We need that little thingy over there. Cluster, creepvine cluster. I probably need to put like in a hatch in here somewhere that I can easily get in. Because now I have to constantly swim around just to get into the base again. There's a wiring kit. Question is, do I still have one here. There we go. Put that in. Wiring kit, lubricant, and 3 titanium. I really should just put it up here. I can put pin. There we go. Then we know what we need to do for the scanner room as well. Okay.
A reliable power source is a critical step towards self-sufficiency. Consider keeping a photojournal of your achievements to motivate you in times of despair.
A photojournal. Sounds like a good idea. We're just going to put 4 lantern fruit in there and eat the other 2. That should now generate quite a bit of extra power for us, slowly but surely. What we also need to put in is... yes, the vehicle upgrade console. So copper wire, 3 titanium, and a computer chip. And the computer chip, that is the thing that I always dread making. I don't know why. What is it again? It needs... oh, that's easy. Gold, copper wire. Okay, so copper wire again. We need quite a bit of copper. And we don't have any whatsoever. Okay. We'll need to do that. What else? Scanner room. Scanner room. 2 copper, 5 titanium, 1 gold. Got gold, and we can get the table coral quite easily. Let's go titanium hunting, shall we? Ah, copper hunting, I mean. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look for limestone. And hope that we get copper instead of just boring old titanium. Still nothing. Let's have a look. So that's 1 down already. Yeah, we've got red. Yeah, 84 meters. I don't think it will actually be red at this depth. Thing is that red light, at least in our oceans, there wouldn't be anything that if we switch off the light here, nothing would look red at 80 meters in depth. And if you're looking at certain systems where it's darker or more turbid waters, it's definitely not going to be red in color at this depth. Because in terms of the spectrum of light, red light is, let's say, laziest of the wavelengths, where it will be stopped in the first 40 meters, I think, at least, and won't actually reach down this deep. Green would and blue would. Red light fizzles out first. Well, after ultraviolet. Infrared. Anyway, I'm rambling here. The thing is that these things wouldn't actually appear red. Okay, let's go up. Let's go up.
Decreased.
Selfies, yeah. Let's have a look here. I should actually have come with my Seamoth, but oh well, he's swimming around in the sea glide, chilling in life. Oh, sandstone, nice. And lead, that's useful. We need lead to build more foundations at our base as well. That is not a bad thing. Let's grab some salt while we're at it as well for some more water. And a stalker tooth because you can see it. And let's see what else we got. More salt. Somewhere in the seagrasses. But there would most likely would be something feeding on these seagrasses. On Earth those would be manatees or dugongs or sea turtles. But on this planet, who knows? Maybe these rabbit rays are actually herbivorous. I think they're most likely crustacean eaters though. Carnivores of crustaceans. But I'm not 100% sure. That's a good point. Would the red plants at the deeper point there actually be chemoautotrophs? Plants that create their own food. Instead of photosynthesizing like green plants do, they create their own food through chemical reactions. That's a good point. They could, but you also do have a question then is, what are they basing their chemical reactions on?
30 seconds.
Yeah. I'll get. I thought that's a tooth down there. If you look at chemical or chemoautotrophs, they will most often be found at volcanic vents and at the deep sea vents, for example, where there is a lot of sulfur and sulfur-containing compounds in the water that they can then break apart for the chemical reactions. What we have here, they're growing in a sandy environment, no thingamajigs, no chemical reactions that we can at least perceive that they can use to get the energy. So, although it is possible, I would argue that it's probably not probable that they are doing that. Chemical reactions to get the energy. That's a good point there, Haroon. I am going to have to make that. Let's actually go and get some of that kelp seed clusters, and then we can make some bulkheads to protect our need that in there as well. There we go. So that we can protect our base against bad things, basically. Against it breaking apart and flooding. Let's strengthen the hull by putting in some bulkheads. I think best places probably to put in would be where it's not going to hamper our movement through the base. So we are probably going to put it closer to the moon pool. That's the word. Closer to the moon pool. Okay, and once more. And I think we need titanium as well, so let's grab a whole bunch. And let's listen to this radio message.
Plan pre-recorded distress call.
This is Officer Keenan, Light Pod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Rendezvous coordinates corrupted. Transmission origin coordinates downloaded. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay. I noticed as I put that first bulkhead in, yeah, hull integrity was 0.5. So thanks, Haroon. If I went for that, I probably would have added another something to the base, like a scanner room, and I probably would have just flooded the whole place. And that would have been bad, obviously. Let's here have a look. What we need is the big old coral, so that we can make water. I know there is around here, but of course now that I'm looking for it, I cannot see it, and it's dark. Somewhere around here. Again, a lot of the animals and plants in this game are bioluminescent, creating their own light. I mean, some of it different colors, like the writhing weed over here with a lighter tip than the base. Others only some parts, like the gasopods over here, only some parts of it being bioluminescent around the eyes, and then also around the backside there. This one is just kind of chilling in place. Looks like it's wearing a gas mask with those eyes and the little snoot in the front there. Even the big old reefback over here has some bioluminescence. Wonder with the reefback whether they are actually attracting things to filter feed on, similar to the jelly ray that we saw earlier, whether they're creating light and their food articles or their food animals and plants and stuff that they're feeding on, the phytoplankton and zooplankton that they're feeding on, whether those are attracted to the light and then they just kind of gobble them up. It is quite possible. I know if I were a massive filter feeder, I would go for that. Of course, one has to weigh it up. You know, is it worthwhile worth your energy to go and do that? I did not whack a coral. I did not do the one thing I set out to do when I left. Let's have a look here. Let's hide all the beacons again. Oh, all of them are now currently visible. No, I don't want to see it. Ah, here's a tube. Great stuff. If only I can hit it, eh? There we go. That side. Favorite meals. That's a good question. For me, it's anything I can eat. I wouldn't rank Mupani worms that I ate earlier as my favorite meal. What do you think? Nachos. Yeah. Burgers, nachos, pizza. Yeah, anything that we can eat, it's good. Oh yes, that has to rank as one of our favorites as well. So we've got something that in South Africa. I'm not sure whether you guys overseas also do it, but we have something we call braaibroodjies, which basically means bread that is toasted over a fire. Wherever we have a braai or a nice barbecue, but with wood, not charcoal or so, we call it a braai. And when we have a braai, you put like tomato and cheese and onion on there, sometimes chutney, You put all those types of things on there, and then you toast it over the oven. You have the cheese melt, and that is definitely one of our favorites as well. Oh, and potato salad, yes. But I think nachos would definitely rank extremely high with me as well. Let's see. We need something to eat. We've got lots of things to eat in the base here. I think half my stream just consists of me going in and out of this base of ours. There we go. Oh yes, yeah. Also anything with avo, although avocados are now so expensive that it's sometimes difficult to find avo to eat. Or to eat anything with avo. But interesting, if it weren't for humans, avos possibly wouldn't have been around anymore. As a result of... avocado, yes, avo is avocado. So we just, in South Africa, we often just talk about avos. Overseas, I know some other people also talk of avos, but yeah, with us it's avocados. But the avocados were dispersed in South America where they occurred. The only thing that could really eat those fruit with those massive seeds were the giant ground sloths. And when they went extinct, there really wasn't much hope for the continued existence of the avos. And thankfully then, round about that time, humans arrived there and were like, hey, look at this big tasty fruit. We're going to eat this and we're going to plant it and we're going to disperse the seeds and do all kinds of things. And now we still have avos. If it weren't for humans, the avo tree might have gone extinct, which is a weird turn of events. Now, one could also argue that we may have been the reason why the giant ground sloth went extinct, and there is some evidence that maybe it was hunted to some extent to extinction. But they also could have just been on the way out already by that time, and we're just kind of the final nail in the coffin. As we so often are. Sometimes there are a lot of species teetering on the edge of extinction, and then we just kind of give them the final push off the edge. It could be that giant ground sloths were just one of those species. I would have loved to see a giant ground sloth. I would have loved to ride one into battle. Very slowly, but ride it into battle. What was I doing now? I don't know what I was doing. I've just been focusing on the food. I've been focusing on braaibroodjies and avos and all kinds of things. You see, whenever food is being mentioned, I just kind of go on a tangent. And it's just a case of food. Let's have a look here. Okay, I can put the stalker tooth away. That I know I can do, and I can put that coral sample away. I can put the flares away. I don't need that in my inventory. It's just clogging up. Okay, now I'm out of inventory. Great. I'm going to have to build some of those standing storages, I think. Where to... Oh, it's so out of way. No, I'm going to just keep on with the wall mounts. Wall storage it is. Just have this whole corridor lined with lockers. Yes, this is the way. Yeah, that's good enough. It's semi-OCD, it's not completely. Sometimes you do have to just put one out of order just to mess with people as well. Have a look, yeah. Making a whole bunch of lockers. Very, very exciting gameplay, everybody. Glad you are here for this, although at least we do have the conversation focusing on food, which is a worthwhile pastime. Definitely. Okay, let's have a look. Well, I think those are enough lockers for now. I don't think I need any more. Let's listen to whatever the radio says while I look at what your food conversation's about.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
But I got lost here with the hypothetical ground sloth. Suddenly Boop, you mentioned the hypothetical ground sloth? Oh, the name, what would I call it? The name. Turbo, probably. Or Shaggy, most likely as well. So I can think of many names, or hypothetically also Sid, because I do have in the Ark game that Nicola and I have, we do have a ground sloth named Sid, because, you know, Sid the sloth, obviously.